It may be a blue Monday, but we are brightening up your screens in pink and magenta. You are joined by Diana Master and Anna Riza Quayo on another exciting edition of Smell the Coffee. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic.
Yeah?
I'm okay. No, I'm not
complain.
fantastic. I'm fine.
You could be better?
I could be better. Yes, that's a better way to put it. I could be better.
No, for me, I'm fine, bruh. Like, I
You're
can't
fine.
complain. I mean, I can complain, but I choose not to.
You choose not to
complain.
But it's good. It's good, you know, that you're choosing not to. You know what I just heard? Tupperware declared bankruptcy.
Not Tupperware.
Not Tupperware.
The aunties are boiling.
Oh my
The mothers are
goodness.
frustrated.
Yo.
Furious. The housewives
Furious.
are on the floor.
They are on the ground.
Yo.
Yeah,
Not
Tupperware.
Tupperware.
I found out last week that they
But
declared.
their things were ridiculously expensive.
Yeah,
and
but
they're like not like.
But you
wow.
see, Tupperware's marketing strategy, right? You remember they used to have Tupperware parties. Like I think even back in like the 60s or whatever Tupperware first came into play. It was more like to empower women, right? And tell women, okay, no, you can be financially independent, so you can sell Tupperware and whatnot. But the problem with Tupperware, I don't know if it's a problem, but their products are just so good. So one will last you 20 years. And you won't
You don't
see-
need
you
a
don't
new
need a new
one.
one.
Yeah.
You know, so I
And
guess
the
that's,
designs were.
yeah.
They're supposed to evolve with the times.
With the time. I mean, they kind of tried.
Market to the younger, new mom, new
Yes,
generation mom, new
yes.
generation wife, new generation housewife, and so
Yeah.
forth. So I think they were just supposed to do like a thorough,
Like a
market-
revamp.
Yeah,
Like
like
a
a market
revamp, yeah.
strategy and see, okay, this is what the people are into.
'Cause
Because
you
it was
see-
a good brand. Like my mom would die.
Yeah, everyone. I think all our moms.
Yeah.
Remember when you'd go with your Tupperware and then you didn't bring it back? Yo, you just knew.
If you were given
Yo.
food in a Tupperware,
Yo.
Baki or something,
You have to bring it back.
You have to bring
You
it.
have to
And
bring
you
it
were
back.
blessed that you actually had the opportunity to take it out of that woman's kitchen.
Yes,
Yo.
yes. But you see, and now, like you're saying, where it comes to evolving, because we're living in a time where anyone can get anything off of Amazon, right? So maybe they should have had like an Amazon shop or something, because one of their CEO, I guess their CEO was basically saying that people don't know where to get Tupperware anymore. Yeah, that was one of his things that he said in his statement, to say that people don't know where to find
Okay,
Tupperware.
why are you not making the people know where your
Where
products
your product is, exactly. Because, you know, people love Tupperware. But then again, if I buy Tupperware for, let's say, for argument's sake, 2,000, I'm not going to need to buy new Tupperware next
Yeah,
month.
yeah.
Because, again, your product is so durable and so good. So I'm going to have it for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, my child loses it or something like that. So, because you're competing with, like, a fast industry. Because now everyone just it's at the tip of our fingertips.
Yeah.
All you have to do is just text, oh, hi, not even text, you just go into Amazon or whatever, take a lot, whatever, you just type in containers and you find all these cute designs, whatever. There's so much to go off of. So now Tupperware, in a way, has just become another lunchbox brand. To people, it's not really anything. We are not our parents.
Yes.
Our moms
That's why
loved
I'm
Tupperware.
saying they were supposed to evolve with the times.
Exactly.
And try and loop in the new wives, the new moms.
Even the new
Yeah.
school going kids. Because remember those big 1 liter bottles? They're nice and all, but then now we have those fancy designs, the
Yeah.
1 liter. So we'd rather get those. We don't care about durability. We care more for aesthetics
Yes.
than anything. But anyway, right after this, we'll be getting into some of our top stories. We're, of course, speaking Lizzo and Usher/Diddy. Stick around. All right, so starting off our top stories, guess who has been receiving shade? Yes, Lizzo has been receiving shade for losing weight. Yeah, because people are saying that she was I don't want to say she was the face of the thick girls, you know. So now people are coming for her, saying that she was using Ozempic. Now, after the Grammy winner showcased a slimmer figure on social media on September 18th, Some people questioned whether she used weight loss medication, and one also asked if she used drugs to drop the pounds. Lizzo did not let these comments slide. After one user commented on one Instagram post, did she use Ozempic or did she snort coke? The Good as Health singer responded, "Why do you follow me?" and added 4 crying face emojis. Lizzo then shared a screenshot of the exchange in a separate post, writing Ozempic or coke. A fan. The 36-year-old included a selfie video of herself mouthing the viral TikTok soundbite, "It's like a reward," originally spoken by Christoph Waltz's character in the film Django Unchained, along with the caption, "When you finally get Ozempic allegations after 5 months of weight training and a calorie deficit." The same day, Lizzo shared a video montage of herself working out inside a gym. Lizzo also tagged celebrity trainer Corey Calliot, who has also worked with stars such as Keke Palmer, Michael B. Jordan, and John Boyega, and appeared on reality series Revenge Body with Khloe Kardashian. However, despite her weight loss, Lizzo signaled she's still an advocate of body positivity. Alongside another video of herself, which shows her wearing a black bralette and matching underwear and grey bodysuit from her Yeti shapewear collection, she wrote, "Fine both ways." The clip contained another viral TikTok soundbite in which Nicki Minaj said on her Apple Music show Queen Radio in 2018, "The fact that you would even discuss my looks is insane. I'm a bad bee. Always been a bad bee."
Good for you, Lizzo. I think you look great.
Good as hell.
Yeah, like you look so good, and shout out to you for actually choosing to live healthy. That's all.
I think that's all we can say. You know, my problem with celebrities sometimes is they let us, they advertise and stand for these things.
I already told you guys, have a backbone.
Have a backbone, stand by yourself. But then a lot of the people don't, right? At the end of the day, people don't. So if Aina comes and says, "Oh my goodness, being skinny is in," a lot of people will lose weight because Aina said being skinny is in. Then one day Aina wakes up and decides, "I don't want to be skinny anymore." We're all getting thick. Now everyone is getting thick. But then people forget that Aina has access to like the best. Sometimes it may not even be Ozempic. Sometimes it's like the best the best personal trainers, the best nutritionists, the best dietitians, all of that. We cannot just switch just like you. Do you understand? Because again, but like you said, have a backbone.
But
Stand
she
for
looks
yourself.
great. Yeah,
She looks
you
good.
all need to go find a backbone and don't live your life according to social media standards and celebrity
and
standards.
amen.
But nonetheless, speaking of a celebrity, Usher, remember during the weekend, Usher deleted all his posts, right? On Twitter, which is now known as X. But now Usher is claiming that his social media account was hacked, which resulted in a sudden deletion of all his posts. This announcement comes days after music mogul Sean Diddy Combs was arrested on serious charges, sending ripples through the entertainment industry and rising questions about his once seemingly untouchable empire. Usher, who was mentored by Diddy during the early stages of his career, has found himself in the spotlight amid these troubling times, with fans speculating about his recent online behavior. Fans were left baffled when Usher's Instagram, which boasts millions of followers, was ripped clean. Oh, it's an Instagram, not X, by the way. The singer, known for his soulful voice and smooth persona, is usually quite active on social media, keeping his fans updated with a glimpse into his life, music, and personal experiences. The sudden disappearance of all his posts led to wild speculation, with some fans even linking the move to Diddy's recent arrest. Many began to draw connection between the two celebrities, further fueling rumors that Usher was attempting to distance himself from his former mentor. However, in an official statement, Usher clarified the situation, claiming, "My account was hacked, which is why all my posts were deleted." He went on to say, "People ran with a story that simply wasn't true. I'm focused on my music and my fans right now, not getting involved in someone else's drama." While Usher's denial may put some minds to ease, others are not so convinced. Given his past connection to Diddy, it's understandable why fans are piecing together a narrative that links Usher's sudden social media silence to the mounting legal troubles Diddy is facing.
Okay, but people are saying that Usher may have been an accomplice. I don't believe so, because then again, back then when Usher was young, Diddy had custodianship of Usher.
Oh.
Yes, Diddy had legal custody of Usher when Usher was a child.
How are they related? Are they family?
They are not related.
How
It's when
did they-
Usher was supposed to sign to Diddy's label. And then he got custody, not custody, but like, yeah, guardianship, that's what they call it, guardianship of Usher.
The same as Bieber. Did he give?
No, Bieber didn't give, or Bieber's mom didn't give guardianship to Diddy. So Bieber was only there for, I think, like a weekend or whatever. There's that one infamous video of Usher and, of Bieber and Diddy, where Diddy actually says, no, I don't have guardianship over him, but he's going to be with me for the weekend, and this weekend is going to be every 14-year-old's dream and whatnot.
Bro,
And it's
what
like,
are you 50 but hanging out with 14-year-olds?
that is grooming. That is grooming. And it's like, yeah. So that's why people say Usher is actually a victim and not an accomplice.
Yeah. We will see how this unfolds.
Because then again, in this world, hey, you can never say, oh, never, not this guy. Because the minute you say it can never be him, there he will go nevering like he's never nevered before. You know, so at the end of the day, hey, like you were saying earlier on, don't trust anybody,
Yeah.
first of all. Second of all, anything can happen to anyone in this world. You can never say, oh, just because they're someone's parents, they'll never do that to their children. They can. Same as children can do that to their parents and vice versa. Anything can happen to anyone in this world.
Definitely. And on that note, we do have an interview with Dr. Esperance Lubindao talking about digital health coming up. Dr. Esperance Lubindao is a medical doctor, philanthropist, and digital health consultant. Those are just some of the few hats she wears. Equally, she is a sister, a friend, and a neighbor. A phenomenal woman indeed. Today, we are in conversation with her, and perhaps some of that excellence and servanthood spirit can rub off on us. How you doing?
I'm good. I love the way you say my name.
Do I say it right?
No, beautiful. I'm normally getting Esperanza, so you got it perfect.
Love,
Thank
love,
you for having
love.
me.
By the way, can I just say you smell so good?
Thank you.
That is how I aspire to smell when I am rich. And as the young people of this country would say, it's make sure. The scent is make sure.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let's talk about Menga and the inspiration behind it. What inspired the whole idea?
Okay, so a couple of years ago, we, started giving medical advice, free medical advice. We learned it doesn't solve the problem full circle. So yes, somebody comes to you and they say, I have been having this vaginal discharge for, the past two months. And you diagnose them and you say, you probably have an STD, maybe gonorrhea, but it doesn't help because you're not providing the medication. So you're not really solving the problem full circle. So I said, okay, how can we come up with something that solves the problem full circle? So how can someone in a semi-rural or suburb area basically consult their doctor and then still gain access to their medication without having to leave wherever they are, traveling over 100 kilometers to get to a doctor just to be told you have an upper respiratory tract infection or tonsillitis that could have been treated with simple antibiotics.
Yeah.
And that's how Menga came up. And that's how it started being developed. At first, it was difficult because I was told it's not possible. A lot of software developers here and in South Africa also said, look, it's not possible. There are a lot of things that you require. It just looks like a box, but it's not just a box.
Yeah.
There's a lot of software that goes into it. And so I went overseas and I found my team and they said, yes, it's possible. So we started working on it and we tested it and everything and it works perfectly. So that's how it started.
There's nothing more beautiful than finding like-minded people who just
Exactly.
bring the dream to life.
Exactly.
All right. So what are some of the challenges you faced in the creation phase?
Firstly, legislation, that's
Yeah.
very important. You see, there's so much potential in Africa. I won't just talk about Namibia. There's a lot of potential in Africa. particularly when it comes to digital healthcare. There's so much happening outside of Africa already. And I don't like to say we're behind. No, I don't like to use that word. However, there's so much more we can do. We have the innovators, we have the people that think that way. But a lot of the times we tell young people, listen, you have to be creative. You know, you have to create the jobs and things. But when you start doing it, there's so many no's that you get.
Yes.
A lot of people are like, no, you can't do this. No, this. No, this. No, the policies don't allow. No, the regulations. One of the countries in northern Namibia that we approached for rollout said that no, we won't be able to roll out there because there is a policy from 1961 that prohibits it.
Yeah.
And I said, but aren't the policies supposed to protect the people and sort of meet the people at their point of need? So legislation was a very, very, very difficult issue that we had to face. And then obviously, like I said now, in terms of development, so we had to find the team of people that understand it and then bring it to life. Because like I said, there are a lot of things. You have to make sure that only the person you prescribe the medication can access the medication.
Yeah.
You have to make sure that on the opposite end, I can keep track. So if Esperance keeps getting treated for, you know, an STD or whatever the case is, we can keep track of it on the back end. We have the information. We can contact them. We can reach out. So all of the statistics we also needed to be able to capture on the back end.
Okay. And then, you know, I grew up in an informal settlement. So then I want to find out from you how, you know, Menga caters then to patients from semi-rural and urban areas in terms of medical acquisition and also consultation. How do you go to them? Yeah.
Okay, good. So ultimately the goal is that you do a consultation without the use of, so if you are within an urban area, you can use internet, whether it's WhatsApp and all of that. We have a system in place for that. However, if you are in an informal settlement, very much steering clear from the word rural. So we're talking about places that have basic connectivity. Just send a text message. Yeah. So we use a text messaging system. You send a message, you do your consultation with the doctor on call, after which they'll give you access to your medication through biometrics. And through that then with a fingerprint scanning and ID scanning or coding, you can then go to one of our machines and access your prescribed medication within a certain limited period of time.
Okay.
Yes.
In case I want to call the doctor, is that provision available? Because now I understand I can send a text, but you know, sometimes I want to hear it from the horse's mouth. Can I be able to kring you or another doctor and then get this information?
Yes.
Okay.
So 100%. The only thing is that, you know, in order to have it in a controlled environment, we have then set it up in such a way that we would then have a list of approved doctors on our system. And when basically a patient wants to do a consultation, they send a message to a particular number. So it's not just any doctor, it's not just any doctor. It must be a doctor that has access to our software on the back end. Because they need to give you access to the medication on the back end. So it must be one of our doctors, which is obviously an accredited doctor, who then does the consultation. Yes, it can be phone call, text. The reason we said a messaging system is because we are aware that if you say the target population is semi-rural areas and urban areas, or what do you call it, suburbs or informal areas, then you must be aware that not everybody there will have access to internet, right? And that is the conventional method of consultation, usually uses telemedicine, usually uses internet. So that's why we then formed it on the basis of a messaging system. But yes, within urban areas, you can do a call, you can do a video call, you can do all of that, but those things exist. So the intellectual property around this innovation and what makes it so unique is around the fact that after consultation, you can then gain access to prescribed medication in real time. So it's not a locker system, it's in real time. So if somebody, we hope not, but if somebody in any of these areas, you know, gets raped and the next morning they need, you know, post-exposure prophylaxis, they need an emergency contraceptive, all of that in real time, they can consult and access the medication. That's the idea.
Okay. Now I have full understanding of the process of consulting with Menga. Now let's talk about, you know, the steps to address, like you've mentioned, digital medicine. telemedicine rather. Let's talk about the steps and the process, what is being done to address the legislative and policy requirements for telemedicine in Namibia. You did mention that previously, but maybe you can expand more.
A little bit on that. Okay, so I won't touch on it too much, but what I definitely will say is, you know, firstly, I am very much grateful to the Ministry of Health, their leaders particularly, because I know when I came up with the idea, they were very open-minded and said, listen, we love this idea. We absolutely love it. Very forward-thinking, you know, and I'm glad I approached them because, you know, obviously you always want to do things right.
Yes.
You know, you want to be in the good books. So I did approach them and got very positive feedback. The only sort of bottleneck there was that there is currently no legislation, which technically means that there are no rules and laws to govern telemedicine in the country, which is something that as I've mentioned in my posts and the media release and all, that they are actively working on finalizing the legislation, just basically to govern it. Because you must remember, there's a lot of back and forth talk about, you know, is this going to replace human beings?
Yeah.
Is it safe? You know, what about data protection? There are all these things. And so there must be legislation around that to govern it, to make sure that in as much as it benefits the people, it protects the people as well. And so, you know, it's very forward thinking, and I hope to hear that the legislation has been finalized soon. But in the meantime, we have started talks already with other African countries for rollout who are a little bit more advanced in terms of legislation and things surrounding telemedicine. I would hope to first launch it here and have it ready for use here, but we wait and see.
We wait and see. And you know, with patience come good results. I think a lot of people would agree on that. Doctor, the fastest way for someone to comprehend a message of any type is when it's made or spoken to them or given to them in their native language. Like if you want to say something to me, just tell me in Oshindonga. I will respond immediately. So what is Menga doing to ensure that patients like myself or Thomas at home can access the medication in their local native languages, and also can do consultation? Will I be able to, you know, speak to an Oshindonga speaking doctor through Menga?
I love that question. So that is actually one of the unique proposition of Menga. The three things: number one, we offer obviously your prescribed medication and consultation in real time, as I've mentioned. The second thing is what you've just mentioned now, is we allow consultation and patients to access medication in their native languages. It's an extension of OSAT Africa. So OSAT Africa is my health foundation, and this is sort of my baby and my organization's baby. And one of the things we have been already doing is educating women about sexual and reproductive health in their native languages. So as an extension of that arm, we said, well, not everybody speaks English. And if you are rolling it out in African countries, it's a bit presumptuous of you to assume that everybody understands English, you know. And if you are going to, for example, give someone medication, you will need to give a disclaimer to say, not disclaimer, but educate them about the side effects. Don't do this, don't do this, don't drink. And in order to do that effectively, you need to make sure you communicate in their language. And so we have now about 10 languages that we have managed to convert all our material and everything into, which means that yes, patients within the areas that we have prescribed will be able to access their medication and consult within their native languages, and we're very proud of that.
I am also very proud of that. What are some of the languages maybe that you have so
you
far?
mentioned one, so we have Oshirero, we have Oshuambo, we have Afrikaans, we have I'm worried about saying this online, and so many others, because I don't know if I'm going to pronounce it correctly. And then also a few other African languages. So we have French, we have all these Portuguese and things. So we really are we are going to be expanding into the rest of Africa. Today, actually, we are unveiling in about 6 different African countries. Exactly. So it's absolutely amazing, and we hope to meet the people in a language they understand.
Okay, is there anything else that you would like to add about Menga that I perhaps did not ask you? Yeah, something that, you know?
Probably just that I think the last part of the unique proposition of Menga is the fact that our packaging, so the medication is packaged in recycled material,
Okay.
which makes it very eco-friendly and forward-thinking, because at all times we have to consider the environment. And if you are going to prescribe medication or whatever the case is, we don't want to be doing a good thing and then doing a bad thing at the same time.
Yeah.
And so that, I think, is something we're very proud of, because it allows us to protect the environment while protecting the community.
All right, Doctor, please do stay in the light. Thank you so much for joining us
Thank
on
you.
Smell the Coffee, and congratulations on all the work that you are doing. We see you and we are inspired.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. We will be right back. Please do stay with us.
And that's it for today's episode of Smell the Coffee. We'll catch you back here again, same time, same place.